Boruto's new time skip scene is absolute fire! Not only has the anime connected to the manga in such a beautiful manner, but it's added even more context to Boruto's fight against Kawaki. In episode 293, Boruto and Kawaki's conversation on the infamous Hokage monument revealed an extra layer of context we have never seen before.
What did he say?
In which Boruto informs Kawaki of his prophecy that he will lose everything.
What?
Kawaki for the first time showcases his resolve to destroy all Otsutsuki by asking Boruto the all-important question, what everything means to Boruto. Because if it's his family, his village, and friends, Kawaki doesn't have that. So how can he understand him? To him, everything is Naruto, Naruto, Naruto. Or like Hinata says it, Naruto-kun, Naruto! To be honest, Kawaki is just like me. If Naruto dies, we will go insane and riot. I would go to Shueisha's office and say, what the hell are you doing? Now, as a result of this borderline worship, paralleling how Code worships Ishiki Otsutsuki, Kawaki claims that he would kill anyone that's a threat to Naruto's life, whereas Boruto claims he will try to prove his ridiculous prophecy wrong by his own hands. Who's gonna tell him?
The lad deserves to enjoy his final hours.
This new scene makes Boruto and Kawaki's inevitable battle clear, as it adds to the drastic decision Kawaki made in chapter 77 to betray everyone, as Kawaki now knows the prophecy and witness his brother talking to Momoshiki, who threatens his everything.
Oh my god, bro.
This is why when Kawaki seals Naruto away, he states, my world revolves around you. You're the reason I'm able to be a kind-hearted person and protect others, even to the point of feeling guilty that Boruto didn't stay dead.
Whoa.
Therefore, the plot twist in chapter 79 is even more layered than you think, because Kawaki's jealousy for Boruto having everything was mapped out as early as chapter 40, since both he and Sarada admitted it. Kawaki's intentions become more clear, since all along he knew what Boruto meant by everything, but he still, like the menace that he is, decided to take it away from him.
Traitor!
So with Kawaki's betrayal of his brother, their clash of ideals with their new arsenal of jutsus is inevitable, which begs the question, who is stronger?
Anyone wait to find out?
First of all, we have to mention how the Karma Seal gives both of them a stat boost in all physical attributes to begin with. Kawaki said so himself in chapter 29, which made Naruto claim that it's not only power or speed, but even the strength of jutsu that are stronger. This is why Momoshiki can create powerful Rasengans with only an ounce of chakra, as he did against Boro. But wait, there's more. The Karma Seal, being a type of Shinjutsu, allows Boruto and Kawaki to gain access to over thousands and thousands of years of battle experience and knowledge. You're probably wondering, whose experience is stronger than ABD? Momoshiki or Ishiki? Well, considering Momoshiki has devoured multiple chakra fruits, whilst also being an enemy even Kaguya feared, this gives Boruto access to experiences that Shinobi cannot even fathom. Momoshiki was on multiple planets, facing different species, and claims he has knowledge of all Shinjutsu, which are the originator of all jutsu ever created, as it is a divine technique of a god. And although what Ishiki got up to in his prime is a bit of a blur, he was above every other character we have met in Otsutsuki ranking, therefore insinuating he must have more experience and power than him. This balances Boruto and Kawaki's power scaling in this category, but their training methods during their life is totally opposite. Boruto had multiple prodigies training him in the ninja way. These include Naruto, Sasuke, Kakashi, Hinata, the Hyuga clan, and we can't forget Konohamaru.
Who?
Okay, he don't count. But overall, this allowed Boruto to achieve feats that none of them could have fathomed at the same age. Boruto's genius in the ninja way surpasses all the predecessors, which is in line with what Kakashi told us, that the next generation will always surpass the last, as chakra and jutsu keep getting refined over time. As a genin, Boruto was able to learn the Rasengan in 3 days. This is 2 times as fast as Naruto. Minato took 3 years to create the technique, Jiraiya a few months, and as time goes on, the refinement gets better and better. But the craziest part is how Boruto, alongside learning the Rasengan, was able to create a new variant, the Vanishing Rasengan, by subconsciously adding lightning release to its base ability. It took Naruto a whole day with hundreds, even thousands of shadow clones constantly practicing to be able to add a chakra nature to the Rasengan. The creator of the technique, Minato, Sasuke, and even Kakashi weren't even able to do this in their entire career. But to Boruto? This is light work, fam.
Come on, man! That's too easy!
The invisible Rasengan isn't even weak. During his fight with Boro, a near Otsutsuki tier villain, we got to see its full potential. Bro created an invisible Rasengan instantly, which blew Boro's arm off, and he had no idea what happened. But then there's Boroshiki, who used it against Sasuke, knocking him out by hitting his vital points. So even the best of ninja, who have a overpowered developed Sharingan, have a problem against his jutsu. An even bigger feat of Boruto came with him defeating Deeper, where within a few days of training, he was able to form a compressed Rasengan, which was so lethal that it managed to pierce diamond, the hardest substance in the entire world, which led to Kakashi stating that it can instantly kill any ninja. If this wasn't enough to convince you that Boruto's ninjutsu is way above Kawaki at the moment, Boruto created a version of the Rasen Shuriken, calling it Wind Style Rasengan. Then there's the fact of how Boruto was able to already use 2 chakra natures before he even became a genin. Mind you, Sasuke didn't get his second nature till age 13, and Kakashi told us genin aren't even supposed to possess any chakra natures. At the moment, Boruto can use 3, which are wind, lightning, and water. This feat alone puts him over Jonin level, because Kakashi in chapter 316 stated that Jonin only have 2 chakra natures, making sense of his words and Naruto's declaration that Boruto has the skills of one. In comparison, Kawaki doesn't believe in the ninja way like Boruto, which he admitted in chapter 78 to Naruto and chapter 58 to Team 7. Kawaki literally has 0 training in chakra control, and he is a novice compared to Boruto, as shown by his limited knowledge of only 2 techniques, the Shadow Clone and Fireball Jutsu, which he used to outwit Ishiki and Momoshiki on the same day. But recently, in chapter 79, he runs out of chakra really quickly compared to his counterpart Ishiki. You know what? Some may say he runs out of chakra even faster than Sasuke. This is because Kawaki is still learning chakra control and is poor at it compared to Boruto. In fact, to make up for it, before even knowing what chakra was and what ninjutsu is, Kawaki was already utilizing his insane battle IQ to make up for it. In chapter 24, he showcased his insane strength by erasing half of Garo's body in an instant. Garo was an outer of Kara, just like Ao, who was a seasoned war veteran modified by scientific weaponry. In parallel with the equal power scaling that Kishimoto is creating, Boruto displayed his multiple chakra natures and strategy to defeat Ao. After defeating him with the ninja way, he told him to never give up on that ideal, and he forgave him, crying for his despair upon his death. The brothers' clashing ideals is highlighted, with the contrast of Kawaki defeating a similar enemy in power level without any remorse and kindness. In fact, Kawaki's a savage. He calls him a pig and having that stank breath.
That one there was a violation.
This is because in comparison to Boruto's amazing ninja instructors, Kawaki had an alien. Yeah.
Wow.
Ishiki Otsutsuki trained him every single day. He admitted it himself in chapter 58 to Sarada that he was given extensive training in an intense manner that was different to the ninja way. It was all about utilizing the karma, and he believes that this is a better method as this is the only way to increase your power further and beyond. Kawaki's ideological belief regarding power stems from Ishiki, where he admitted in chapter 39 they have a similar wavelength. That's why he is mastering the karma faster than Boruto. And to further prove that Kawaki has natural talent as a genius level person similar to Boruto, Naruto himself stated that he is when he witnessed Kawaki learn chakra control to walk up a tree within an instant. Through Kawaki's better resonance with the karma, he is able to utilize space-time ninjutsu with zero training, as stated in chapter 39, where he states that anything Ishiki can do, he can do as well. For example, Boruto is not able to use Momoshiki's unique ability of absorbing jutsu and throwing them back amplified. Therefore, Kawaki is extracting the past experience of the Otsutsuki way better than Boruto at the moment, as Kawaki completely erased his chakra signature despite not even knowing such a thing and ability existed or even was possible before that day in chapter 61. He doesn't need to train extensively to achieve these abilities. Thus, ladies and gentlemen, bringing us to Kawaki's ultimate trump card, DOJUTSU.
I'm in danger!
We all know every busted character needs one of their own, cause it's always on sale, right? So Boruto and Kawaki are no different. The Dharma gun gives him access to Sukuna Hikona Jutsu and Daikoko Ten, allowing him to shrink himself and even inanimate objects to an atomic level, so small that even the Sharingan can't see, and Naruto's Sage of Six Paths can't detect. When Sukuna Hikona is used in conjunction with Daikoko Ten, a jutsu that stores objects in a timeless dimension, Kawaki can summon weapons like black rods and increase their size in a blink of an eye to catch opponents off guard. We already know Kawaki is a perfect vessel with all of Ishiki's powers, which automatically makes him scale higher than Naruto and Sasuke, who faced an inferior vessel. Say it with me, JIGEN! This is further proven by the fact that Kawaki has 5 sprouts in his eye and can use Otsutsuki cubes instantly after regaining the karma, whilst JIGEN for decades could not reach this level. But on top of that, the rods were noted for having the ability to drain chakra from anyone pierced by them. However, Kawaki still has to learn how to use them to their full advantage. As remember, he did not stop Sasuke's sword on his neck in chapter 78 with a rod, just as JIGEN did to stop him from losing favor in battle. This proves that in the time skip, Kawaki has a lot to improve, because these tiny rods made the 2 shinobi legends fall on their knees. However, it didn't for Boroshiki. In episode 292, Boroshiki showcased the ability to dodge a few of them, which is only telling of how broken Boruto can become if he masters his alien side just like his brother, especially since we witnessed Boruto capable of doing this in chapter 67 with his true essence karma, which allowed him to go toe to toe with Code. So naturally, this brings us to Kawaki using the impenetrable cubes to compensate, as it can disrupt sensory abilities and instantly crush anyone to death. Boruto's compression Rasengan couldn't deal any damage to it, and no one else can, except for, you know, Barring Mode Naruto, but that led to Kurama's death. But we have to admit, these are the same cubes that made Kashin Koji and Sasuke fold instantly. However, again, Borushiki can dodge those cubes with ease. What's more crazy is that Daikoko 10 can be used as an offensive attack in itself, and Kawaki only needs a glance, as shown by Kawaki, who surprised Naruto and Hinata by storing them in a timeless dimension. He attempted this with Boruto, but he reacted in time to absorb a Dharmagan portal in chapter 78, surpassing anything else others have done, therefore creating a balance between the two once again. Unfortunately, Boruto doesn't have a similar wavelength to Momoshiki, which results in him having to take suppression pills Amado had given him in chapter 58. This is the most important difference between the two. Kawaki doesn't suffer the problem of the Etsuki taking over his body, whilst Boruto does. This is Kijimoto's way of creating a power balance between the two, and this is why on our Twitter, where I asked you who do you think is stronger, everyone is still struggling to make their decision, but 58% said Boruto. Let me know in the comments by the end of this video if your decision changes.
So far in the comparison, you may believe Kawaki has an advantage in the time skip, but he does not have the pure eye. This is a dojutsu so strong that even the Otsutsuki themselves fear it, as Urashiki labeled it a troublesome eye. The pure eye is a shinjutsu that was confirmed with the Otsutsuki god, as Ishiki explained that the will of their clan is to become this being, and Shibai is an example of one. The shinjutsu abilities of the Jogan makes it more advanced than a traditional Byakugan, as the pure eye gives extreme detail on the chakra pathway system, tenketsu, and even the weak points of an opponent. This enables Boruto to gauge how powerful an opponent's chakra is, as well as create an easy opportunity to counter his opponent, as it literally tells him the weak points. And since it is a shinjutsu, it has the capability of seeing through invisible barriers that connect between dimensions, as well as predicting where the Otsutsuki ability of Yomotsu Hirasaka will be used. This gives it an element of space-time ninjutsu, and therefore giving Boruto an advantage over Kawaki in their final battle in the time skip. Furthermore, the pure eye also has the ability for Boruto to distinguish between the emotions of his opponents and understand them, knowing who is a clone and who is a real person, making the shadow clone jutsu that Kawaki ever so loves to use completely useless. And it's worth remembering that this is the pure eye in its most basic use without any training, which leads us to one of the most insane feats anyone can even dream to achieve at just 12 years old. Momoshiki saw through Boruto's trickery of shadow clones and attacked with a chakra rod in his hand. However, Boruto slipped below the attack, deflecting it with his hand, and lands a blow. In the anime, it was made clear that this was only possible with the help of Boruto's Jogan, as it exposed everything about someone's chakra and weak points to create the opportunity to kill Momoshiki. So far, the battle between brothers is pretty evenly matched, but this is where Kawaki takes further advantage, because despite Boruto having better ninjutsu and more than equally matched eye, Kawaki has more durability due to his brutal upbringing modifications. We all know that with the Karma Seal, they both have regenerative abilities that far surpass that of normal humans. Comparing Boruto to regular characters will always make it seem that he's just completely ridiculous, given the fact that it's proven that his regeneration is better and faster than the likes of Naruto with Kurama at the same age of 12 years old. Kashin Koji even noticed Boruto's rapid regeneration for himself, but Kawaki takes the whole cake and eats it. Thanks to his fine-tuning by Kara, his body was designed as a weapon itself. This gives him modified body parts, which he used to give Boruto his scar, and even Zero, huge blasts that parallel tailed beast bombs. This technology is so advanced that the changes made to his circularity and neurological systems turned him into a living, scientific ninja tool with superhuman abilities that are comparable to a Kekai Genkai. Katasuke even stated that he thinks it surpasses the technology used for Naruto's prosthetic arm, and his body is a work of art. Kawaki's bodily tissue can rebuild missing anatomy and recover quickly, allowing him to cure injuries in just a matter of minutes. He can also manipulate the anatomy of his arm, allowing him to turn it in all sorts of weapons like a large blade, extendable tendrils, or by shedding parts off to turn them into projectiles as well. He can also create a massive shockwave from his body in all directions, including the ground below as we first saw when he woke up in front of Team 7. Furthermore, in episode 242 of the anime, Kawaki was even shown to be resistant towards mind control, and most famously he was able to go head to head with 2 Otsutsuki level opponents back to back without much of an issue in Borushiki and Code. In actuality, the only reason he sustained any sort of crazy damage in that fight was because of himself. He survived a full power energy blast with full killing intent that had been reflected back onto him by Damon, making it one of the greatest durability feats we have ever seen, as Code is in the top 5 strongest characters in the series. So far, we haven't seen Boruto be able to tank such a blast on this scale, but what they are both equal in is that they are a complete natural counter to 99.9% of the entire shinobi world, as they can absorb all jutsu with the Karma Seal. Even Amaterasu is no use. As long as what they are absorbing isn't natural, such as naturally occurring flames, or scientifically created, such as Boros virus, then it's not an issue. This does mean, however, whoever Kashin Koji decides to train will surely have an advantage in the time skip, as Koji was able to destroy Jigen at 10% power due to his true flames of Samahadi. Boruto, in his superior form of ninjutsu, would be able to do this, which will force Kawaki to use up chakra to shrink his attacks, just like Ishiki had to. Which brings us to the speed of the two. In the time skip, we can clearly see that both of them are going toe to toe. In chapter 66 of the manga, whilst fighting Borushiki, Kawaki was able to instantly react to his surprise attack, something I think we all remember Sasuke couldn't do.
He needs some milk!
In the blink of an eye, Kawaki reacted to such a speed that he even absorbed the Rasengan instantaneously while also shrinking himself to dodge Borushiki's quick. He's so fast, it's like teleportation, remember? In parallel, in order for Boruto to reach his maximum potential, he must learn to use his Otsutsuki power like Kawaki has done. We know that when in his true essence form, using Momoshiki's power, Boruto can travel faster than the eyes of Code and Kawaki. Borushiki can travel short distances so quickly that it comes across almost like instant teleportation. It was so fast that Kawaki didn't even know where he had gone. That being said, while Momoshiki using the rest of his karma to revive Boruto in chapter 67 means he will do everything he can to keep Boruto alive, as he's the anchor to the real world, because of this, Momoshiki will even peer into the future for Boruto to warn him of oncoming attacks, as seen in chapter 79, where Boruto is able to avoid attacks from a bloodlusted Mitsuki with Sage Mode, whom made Orochimaru look like fodder, mind you. This ultimately means that Boruto not only has godly levels reactions, but also the speed to back it up to match Kawaki. Therefore, with Kawaki infatuated with Naruto and doing anything he could to protect him, even stating he doesn't care if everyone is destroyed, which is why Boruto states he can't believe he's gone so far to protect his everything in the time skip, we can determine that surely Boruto's pure eye is the star of hope, since it has the ability to understand and peer into emotions, being the brother he loves and reminding Kawaki of their promise in chapter 58. And even after the battle against Ishiki, where he swore to save each other from their tragic destinies and overall the entire planet. Now, whilst you're arguing in the comments about who you think is stronger overall, go enjoy this video on your screen right now. It is peak fiction exploring every memory that has been changed as a result of Kawaki switching places with Boruto.